Good afternoon, viewers. This is Michele, and welcome to Bedtime Channeling with Michele. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Today, we will be sharing at the end of the video, 18th through the 21st. So, for those of you whose birthday falls within that time frame, please stay till the end of the video. And with that, we're going to go ahead and open up. And before we do that, excuse me, I do want to talk a little bit about the cards that I'm going to be using today. They're a new deck I just purchased yesterday at a expo. I worked in Gulfport, Florida. This deck is very unique. They're all hand drawn and colored. And it was a deck that a vendor was selling, and it's a 78 cards deck by 78 artists. It's called the Traditional Art Tarot, Florida and Art. So each artist was given one of the tarot decks and asked to draw it to their own interpretation. So it's very interesting. This will only be the second time that I'll be using this deck, so I'm really anxious to see what type of magic it brings to us. The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to just give a plug to a lovely lady I met who I did buy this deck from. Her name is Ashley, and she does these beautiful children's books and t-shirts and bookmarks and cards around this little character that she created called LG. And she's just a remarkable woman. I feel really blessed that I met her. I have a feeling we will be seeing more of each other in the future, but it's just so sweet. She's got this little girl character, LG, and on her little bookmark, it says, Once upon our time, there was a little girl who lived in a star forest. One day the stars whispered, "It's time, LG, make a wish." So she does have a series of children's books out there. So please check out her website. It's meetlg.com. So meetlg.com. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me just go ahead and open up. And so as I typically do, viewers, I ask Spirit beforehand what type of message they want me to share with Bedtime Channeling viewers. And today they wanted me to talk about the totem of a dog, the animal totem of a dog. So we're going to go ahead and open up a little bit the animal totem of a dog. So with that, let me go ahead. Tell me about dog. Tell me about totem. Okay, so when I channel the energy around today's message, which is the totem of a dog, the meaning of a dog, what do dogs try to tell us? Many of us have dogs, and Spirit's first coming through and saying, when you think about a dog, you think about they are faithful and they are protectors, right? So faithfulness and protection. They also stand for wisdom. Our dogs can be very wise. They know everything that's going on within the home. It's almost like they keep our best secrets at hand. If only a dog could speak, is what Spirit said. They also are known for folly, especially puppies, right? Puppies like to play, run around, interact with other dogs. So, our totem today is about what are the messages that our dogs may be telling us. And the first thing coming through is when we think about faithfulness. One of the wonderful things about a dog is, regardless of how abused a dog can be, how neglected a dog can be, they can still find forgiveness and find love for their master. It's an extreme form of faithfulness to the one that they imprint to or they bond to. So Spirit's coming through and they're saying, is there an area in your life where you may not be faithful, or you're not being faithful. Are you cheating yourself? Is one of the questions they want me to put out there to you. Are you cheating on someone else? They're also talking a little bit about guilt. If you're starting to manifest the feeling of guilt within yourself, that's a message that you're doing something, viewers, against your values and your morals, right? So, our dog can teach us about following our gut, right? Following our gut, being faithful. Okay, the next pointer they're talking about in regards to the totem dog of a dog is being able to adapt. Dogs are very adaptable. Masters can move them around from place to place, and they'll just, when you think about it, they just find a place to plop, right? They'll find a little pillow to lay on or a towel or something. So Spirit is encouraging us to visit that area of our life. Have we become too rigid in our structure? Have we become too rigid in our thinking? And again, they want me to come back to this. When we look at the world as a whole, it seems as though they're saying we've become rigid in our thinking, and that we could take a message from our pets from dogs, by saying that, how can we become more adaptable? How can we become less judgmental and not so stuck in the black and white thinking that has created in this society, in this world? So, learning to be adaptable. So, viewers, explore areas where maybe you've become too rigid. Maybe you're too stuck in a routine out there, viewers, and you need to change it up a little bit. You know how they say get out of the box? I remember years ago when I used to teach fitness at a YMCA, the members would come and they always had to be in their same little spot in the fitness room, right? And then every now and then a new member would come in and be in that person's spot, and that just threw them all off, right? And I used to watch the dynamics of this, and I thought it was great, because we get too stuck in our routines, and we forget what it's like to be spontaneous and flexible. So, thank you. The angels are encouraging me to ask you, viewers, to explore any areas in your life where you could be more fluid, more flexible. They're saying mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit. Oh. They're using the word folly. And when you think of the word folly, I think about, like, they're showing fun, like playfulness. And as we know, our dogs, they become lonely and they become bored. And sometimes they just want to play, right? If any of you have ever had a pet dog and they come up with their toy and they just kind of nudge it to you and they're saying, come on. When our dogs are coaxing us to play, we really need to look at our own life, because our animals speak to us, right? Our animals speak to us. They give us messages. So a lot of times when my little boy Jack will come up with his toy, or he'll want to romp around and play a little bit, I always seem to notice that it's always when I've been too busy. Life can get very busy for all of us. We run from a job, we run from here, we're cleaning, we're cooking, we're getting into doing the everyday routine and structure, right? The routine and structure. And that seems to be when my dog wants the most attention, and he makes me stop. And, because I love him and I want to pay attention to him, I'll stop and throw the toy a few times, and, enough to at least satisfy him in the moment. But pay attention to that. So if you have a dog and all of a sudden they're playful or they want attention, you have to ask yourself, what's going on in my life? Am I lacking folly? Am I not playing enough? Am I taking life too serious? Perhaps it could even be for those of you that have a dog for a pet and you have children or a husband or significant other, or just anybody, any close relationship, and your dog comes to you and they're like, I want attention, hug me, pet me. It's almost like stepping back. Am I neglecting other people in my life? Am I neglecting other important people in my life? Am I neglecting myself? So, the message coming through from angels today is to pay attention to your pets. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dog, but for some reason they chose dog as the totem today for me to channel. Um, they also are, the guides are coming through and they're talking about shortcuts. Shortcuts. What is it about shortcuts, Spirit? They're saying, our when we pay attention to the behaviors of our pets and specifically dogs, because that's what we're channeling today is the dog behavior messages from our dog totem. They're saying, are you taking shortcuts in your life? Are you taking shortcuts in your life? They're saying when a dog, when you think about the energy, the messages coming from a dog, when they do something, they do it fully. If they sleep, they sleep. If they eat, they eat. If they play, right? If they go for a walk, it's an exciting adventure. They're walking, they're sniffing, they're really getting into the moment. So, whatever a dog does, they do it 100% if you start to watch them in their behaviors. And the other message that Spirit wants me to ask you to explore is, are you taking shortcuts in your life? Are you practicing half measures? Are you flow and in the moment when you do something, even if it's, they're saying, like, even if it's just washing dishes or folding laundry or taking a walk, your guides are asking you to pay attention to your thoughts. And are you practicing shortcuts or half measures in your life? And if you are, they're encouraging you to slow down, pay attention, and be 100% present in what you're doing. And I have to tell you, this is interesting that this came through, because I know for myself that a lot of times I'm doing something and my mind is somewhere else. And I almost had a very serious accident occur to me, and it was so ridiculous. I was just walking in my drive, and I have like a carport, and then it's like a driveway where many people park. And I drove home unconsciously. It was the middle of the day, might have been coming home from work. And I walked across the driveway to go, into the complex. And I almost walked into a moving car. And it wasn't like he was going fast, but I was looking down and my thoughts were elsewhere and he almost hit me. But it would have been my fault. I mean, I didn't see him. It was like it missed me by this much. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, angels, for saving me. That could have been a very serious accident that could have caused me to be laid up for a very long time. And about 2 days later, there was an older gentleman sitting on the bench, and he said, "I almost killed you. I almost killed you." And I said, "Oh, that was you?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "I almost hit you. You didn't see me. You were walking. Your head was down." I said, "I know." I said, "I have to pay attention to where I go. That was my fault." He goes, "No, no, it was my fault, my fault." And he said, "I'm so sorry." And he hugged me, and it just felt so beautiful that this man, this older man, he was like scared for me. Like, what are you doing? You're walking, you're not paying attention. He has an accent. So it's interesting that this message came up today for us, because it really resonates with me as well. And, Spirit's coming through and they're asking us to explore the areas where we might be taking shortcuts in our life. It's almost like they're saying, just start to pay 100% attention to what we're doing. So many accidents would be avoided. The last message of Spirit wants me to share with you today in regards to dog energy is that they can be snowbirds, right? And I use that term because, as you know, I live in Florida. But they're, again, coming back to the adaptability, right? Dogs can travel anywhere and find a home. So, and they don't need much, right? They don't need much. And so Spirit is saying, and the reason, okay, they're saying there's some areas in your life where you could clean house, right? A lot of us through the years, we gather this and we gather that, and we think, oh, I need to save this and I need to save that. And somebody's going to use this, or I'm going to use this. And the next thing we know, we've hoarded all these things. We have all these things stockpiled. And then when we think, oh, maybe I could use that, you can't find it, right? So the other message that Spirit is sharing that we can learn from our dogs, our pets, are to be a minimalist. Be a minimalist, right? Clean house. We don't need that much. Live life simple. Live life lightly, right? We don't have to always carry that big load with us. Let me ask if we're going to pull some cards on this, but let me see if there's anything else they want to channel. Just the key message here is what guides are saying is just to remember that our dogs are known for their faithfulness, their protection, their wisdom, and their folly, their fun, their play, right? So again, Spirit's asking you to take a look at your life, and what areas of your life can you be more playful, more faithful, more flexible. Maybe you need to be a bit more of a protector to your family. Are you fulfilling the responsibilities to your family that you signed up for? And how can you increase those responsibilities, right? Message to parents, message to grandparents. Again, sticking with our families, loving our families, taking care of our families, being faithful to our families, protecting our families, being flexible when they need us, right? Being flexible when they need us. And also sharing in fun and joy. As the holidays are coming up, a lot of us may be looking forward to family gatherings. Some of us may not be so looking forward to family gatherings, but Spirit's coming through and encouraging us to learn to be flexible. And flexibility also is what they're saying isn't necessarily have to do with time or making time, but being flexible with other people, allowing them to just be without judgment, maybe not being so hard on other people, maybe not being so hard on yourself, and just accepting, just accepting. I like that. Let's go ahead with my new deck. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Miss Ashley from meetlg.com, the traditional art tarot. So 78 cards decked by 78 artists in Florida. So let's see how we're going to wrap up the dog totem energy this afternoon in Bedtime Channeling. They're very new. I've only used them once. As a matter of fact, the last person that I read to at the expo yesterday had the honor of being the first one to touch these cards. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to cut the deck. Oh, bring it down as I usually do. So I cut them into 3 piles. We'll just kind of mix them up. And let's go ahead and see how we're going to conclude this. There we go. The first card up is the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. Oh, this is an interesting drawing. So we have a woman and she's laying down on her back. She looks rather distressed, almost like she's given up, like she's tired. When I channel the energy around this card, viewers, Spirit's telling me that when you're feeling, this is interesting. Thank you. This was another lesson or message from our dog totems today. That when we're feeling down, we feel like the world has beaten us up and we just can't get up anymore. You know, dogs are also known for their unconditional love, right? And how many times has our pet, our dog, our cat even, right, come over right when we're at our lowest, when we're crying or feeling depressed. They know just when to come over and give us a hug, kiss, ask to be pet, ask for some attention, right? So turn to your animals. They instinctively know when when we need that extra TLC, right? So it's also like when I channel the energy, thankfulness for them, thankfulness for them, thankful for their love, their faithfulness, right? Beautiful. I'm going to show you Jack in a moment. He's over there sleeping, 100% sleeping. The next card up is the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting. See it? So this is a person and they're looking out and it looks like they're trying to figure out how can I save more money. They're sitting by water. They have a beautiful heart. There's growth. So what is the message? 7 of Pentacles. Never give up. That's what I'm getting. I don't know what it means traditionally in tarot, viewers, but when I channel the energy around our dog totem message today, it's saying never give up. And dogs don't give up, right? I mean, they keep on going. They'll push themselves. If their human pushes them, they'll push themselves to death, right? They keep on going. So never give up. So viewers, if you're out there and you're struggling financially, or you're feeling like, gee, I want to give up, I'm never going to have new growth in my life, your spirit guides are coming through and they're saying, yes, you will. Tap into the dog energy, right? I see the other day, this little dog, he had the 2 wheels on his hind legs, right? I don't know what happened to him. Going along just as happy as could be, right? With his master pulling him on his leash. So never give up. All right. So for the viewers out there that, again, you may be feeling a little low or maybe it's not worth it, or I think I've given my best effort into this. The angels and guides are encouraging you to tap into that dog energy and never give up, right? Never give up. Okay, the next card up. Oh, that's a sweet, this is really sweet. Okay. Ooh, the 4 of Cups. Well, this is an interesting piece of art. I love how they did this. They have some newspaper print in there, kind of brownish gold tones. Looks like they actually painted some texture in there. I just admire artists so much. So the 4 of Cups, what's the 4 of Cups telling us, Spirit, in regards to our dog totem today? 4 of Cups dog totem. I got to get more clarity on that one. They're telling me. Let's see, Four of Cups. Where do they want me to go with this? Where are we going, Spirit? Tell me about Four of Cups. What is the message? Ah, okay, so the Ten of Pentacles came up, but it's interesting what this artist did. It's a family with two dogs. So, and it's a family. It looks like it's grandpa, mom, dad, family. The two dogs, though, is interesting in this. So remember, people, that your dogs can make your family. So when you think about the Four of Cups, remember that tilted over cup right there. Well, that's your pet, right? Your pet is your family. So when I channel the energy around this, what they're telling me is the dogs need to be in the family portrait, right? And this cup is slightly tipped there. A lot of people, when you decide to take on the responsibility of a pet, they really don't pull them in as a family member. It's kind of like, oh, we have a dog, but they really don't engage in them, build a relationship with them. It's kind of, and I've seen this happen before. I remember this one dog particular, I used to have to go visit somebody, and it was always just sitting out on a leash. And no matter what weather, with, some old water in a bowl. And I always felt so bad for this dog. It was so neglected. So spirit is coming through. And the message with this is to remember, viewers, if you do decide to take in the responsibility of a dog or a cat or any type of pet, that they are part of the family. Don't just, keep them lopsided. Have them be a part of the family. The cup should be straight up. Okay, the cup should be straight up. And as they came through with the card to get validation, the dog's in the family portrait. It's painted right in. So remember, viewers, that our pets are part of our family. The Ten of Pentacles. It's part of the family unit. Faithfulness. Oh, the other thing Spirit just said they want me to say about dogs, because we're channeling dogs, is their curiosity, right? Dogs are very curious. They're very curious. Curiosity killed the cat. I don't know why that came up. But when it comes to dogs, they can be very curious. I'm going to pull two more cards. I just felt drawn to do that. That was cute. I couldn't figure out what they were trying to tell me, and then they pull up the portrait. Okay, this card is about strength. Okay, they're using lion here. Wait, the strength card, but she's blindfolded. A lot of times, viewers, when we pull a lot of our strength from our pets, right? We do. When you think about those of you who truly have a pet that is in the family portrait, so to say, we pull a lot of strength from our pet. They bring us joy, right? They bring us comfort. They're always there for us. They unconditionally love us. They can make us feel like we're acknowledged. I know when I go for a walk with Jack, people don't look at me, they look at Jack, right? So it helps us to interact with people. So we get a lot of strength from our pets, right? A lot of strength, a lot of emotional strength for sure. And the last card up, this is beautiful. It's interesting. I never thought. I think about like animal speaks a lot, but I've never channeled a particular animal. I look them up a lot. Death. Well, we know in tarot the death card is a positive card. So let me see how this relates to that. This is an interesting, it's like a zip, like stitches on the skin. I just keep getting, I keep hearing like the death of a parent, a death of a pet. Oh, I just got it. I just got it. It'll tear our soul apart. It cuts right through the heart, right? For those of you who've truly loved a pet and you've lost the pet, it cuts right through the heart. And it stays there forever. The scars stay there forever. Viewers understand that, I do a lot of channeling for people and their pets always come through. Our pets will stay with you even when they've crossed the veil. They're right there by your side. Okay? The faithfulness goes beyond the human lifetime, but into the spirit lifetime. I do believe they are part of our soul family. I went to this pet psychic years ago and I just brought a picture of Jack. And he said, Jack was your husband in a past life. I go, he was. And he said, yes. And he was brought to you in this lifetime to teach you to slow down and to love unconditionally without judgment. And I have to tell you, those are two lessons that I'm continuing to learn. I mean, I'm been better at it as I've become aware of it. So our pets, we didn't choose them by accident. They actually chose us. Okay. They chose us. It's all pre-contracted, viewers, even our pets, and they're here to teach us lessons more than we are to teach them lessons. Our job when we take on the responsibility of a pet is to be a responsible pet owner, parent, right? To be there for them, to make sure that they're painted into the family portrait and not just one of the cups that's tipped over, right? To keep that cup full of love, full of nurturing, proper health, veterinary care, right? Socialization. So we want to keep that cup full for our pet, for our dog, just as we would for our child or for ourselves. With that, we're going to move on to the birthday um, message today. It's November 15th through November 21st. We're at the end of Scorpio with the 21st. We'll be moving into Sagittarius. So with that, I'll go ahead and start. Okay, November 15th through the 21st. Okay. Well, one of the things first coming through, they're kind of laughing. They're saying you can be a bit bossy and controlling, that it's really hard for people to tell you what to do. It's almost as if people born around, and I feel like even Scorpios prior to this birthday week, but you really like to dance to your own song, dance to your own inner song. And the angels are coming through and they're encouraging you to maybe listen to what other people's suggestions are sometime, because you may learn how to do things differently. And it's coming back to what was previously channeled around the dog totem. The dog energy is one of the lessons that this birthday week will have to learn in this lifetime is how to be more flexible. How can I be more flexible? Because what they're showing me is that people born within the 15th and 21st can be get very set in a schedule and can be very rigid in their thinking. So your challenge for this coming year and through this lifetime is to learn how to be more flexible. Take that from the dog energy that was shared with you today. Um, you got to be around nature. Nature recharges you. So whatever it is, wherever you vibrate the highest, Scorpios, whether it be hiking in the woods, skiing, kayaking, walking, all the different types of things that people do to connect with nature. But this is what recharges you. They're saying souls are individually different in what they vibrate. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. They want me to go to color. And I'm hearing still those reds and roses, but you're going to be moving more into like the rust colors and the brown colors. I think about fall moving into winter. So the beginning of the birthday week is still with those more rose and deep reds, and you're going to move more into the deeper brown, like light brown, rust, gold, those kind of colors. I kind of think about when they say gold, I just see like these kind of golden colors moving into the browns and golds as you transition at the end of Scorpio into Sagittarius. Those colors will help you to vibrate at your highest and great good. The other thing coming through for this birthday week is the acknowledgement and understanding that you do have to be alone sometimes to recharge. You know, they say like some people are extrinsic and intrinsic. You're extrinsic in a lot of ways, but to recharge, you need to do things intrinsically. Soul healing, soul meditation, sitting, contemplating, reading, so it's important to recharge in those ways when you feel the need, but also to not go to the extreme, which they're showing sometimes. Again, it's that rigidness, the schedule, but you can go into hiding and isolation. So they want you to watch that. They're also saying that a career that get you out in the world is best suited for you. And this may also be Scorpios, because you do have that tendency to have to go into yourself, and that can get out of balance. So when you have a career where you have to engage with the world, it's going to force you to not fall into that routine of isolation and hiding. Okay? Anything else, Spirit? They're telling me you're interesting to watch, whatever that means. So people like to watch you. That's not a bad thing. They're saying you're interesting to watch. They're saying at times you can be quite comical. Let's go ahead and pull 3 cards for you. It was cute. I'm getting where I like this deck. I think put some crystal on it, selenite, and let it sit. Recharge the newness out of it. Okay, 3 cards for November 15th through the 21st. First card up is the Page of Pentacles. Oh, the Page of Pentacles, right? The Page of Pentacles, the way I channel this is they want to be guided by the light. They want to, again, walk down their own path. And this was channeled from Spirit. You do like to dance to your own song, right? They're also telling me that you like to journey and you like to travel. So I do feel like for 2023, you're going to have some opportunities, a lot of you, if not to travel overseas to Europe, or those of you in Europe to the United States or different countries. But should that opportunity be open to you up this next coming year, go ahead and take it. I feel like it's going to be a journey that you will never forget. A journey that you will never forget. Okay, so go ahead and walk down that well-beaten path, so to say. The next card up is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, when I channel this energy, boy, these are interesting. When I channel the energy around the Knight of Pentacles, it's telling me you're a fighter and you don't give up. So new endeavors, new businesses, if you've been thinking about that, this would be the year to kind of look into that and start getting the footwork going. Again, they want me to come back to this. This, as well as travel, can also indicate like new endeavors, new jobs, getting new ideas underway. Start walking down the path to those ideas that you might have been sitting on over the past 4 to 5 years. Start to make them come into fruition in 2023. Again, the angels are coming through and they want me to tell you it's going to get better. Okay, whatever the politics are, it's going to get better energetically. Remember, God's in charge, not people. The Queen of Pentacles. Wow, she's riding the wild rabbit. It's interesting. Very interesting card. So we've got a naked woman with a bunch of naked women and men in the background watching this woman ride the wild rabbit. Okay. So Scorpios, this is interesting, isn't it? When I channel the energy around the Queen of Pentacles, right? It's time to take charge. Okay, it's time to take charge. If you've been procrastinating, again, it's coming back to what was channeled a little while ago, is you've got to start getting focused. So bring those ideas and channel them into one path and follow the money, follow the gold. Okay? 2023 is going to be your year of getting all those ideas, channeling your ideas, and bringing them into one path. Again, it's like with the Scorpio, when I channel, it's like, oh, I have this idea and I have this idea, and I would like to do it, but I sit and I think, or I procrastinate, or I start it and then I don't finish it. And what they're encouraging you to do is to stay focused and finish that one thing instead of starting three things. 2023 is about focus, staying on the well-beaten path. One more card. These cards are so interesting. 78 artists out of Florida created this. Oh, this is beautiful. The 9 of Cups. What a wonderful way to end today's bedtime channeling, right? The 9 of Cups. It's when I channel this, I feel like this is the bird of hope and the bird of beauty, the bird of transformation. And again, not only just to Scorpios, but to all the viewers out there, never give up hope. The beauty will come back, right? The smiles will come back to the people's faces. You know, it's a wonderful life, regardless of what they want us to believe or that. Shut the televisions off, I heard. Just shut the televisions off. The 9 of Cups, right? Give it 9 weeks. 9 weeks. I feel like for a lot of us viewing this today, in the next 9 weeks, you're going to see a huge transformation take place in your life. So if there's something you've been trying to obtain, whether it be a new job, better health, a better relationship,
How you doing?
Just a moment.